week of March and it's been extremely wet. We've had one of the wettest January, February's put together in the last 25, 30 years. So we're about 118% of normal rainfall in those months. And it makes it really hard. This field here, we didn't get a chance to put the manure on it at all because it was just too wet to come on here. So now it's the first week of March. So the only way to put the manure on here now to do the least amount of damage would be to drag line the field. That's a lot better than trying to tank it on. If you start tanking it on, you run into issues and problems with tracking and mud still as well. So when you come in with a drag line, it's a lot less compaction on the winter wheat and it tends to come back pretty fast. But take a look at it, because in another week from now, it's going to grow another 6 inches. And it may even be too tall to start drag lining it. The next thing we got to be concerned about is if we can't get on and drag line it either, we got to put some fertilizer on it, because if we take a look at this field, it's starting to turn a little bit lighter green, so it's running out of nitrogen. These are very much nitrogen scavengers, the wheat and the Italian ryegrass together in the blend that we make up. So it's really important that we continually feeding it, otherwise our yield tonnage will go down. So again, if you had a chance to get the manure out around the middle of February to the first week of March, great. Now you got to look for about the 20th to the 25th of March to put about 150, 200 pounds of fertilizer on if you got manure on. If you got no manure on, some guys are going to take a little weather window maybe next week. They're going to put 100 pounds of fertilizer on it then they're going to come back around the 25th of March, put another 100 pounds on. A few other farmers are saying, you know, I'm just going to get on that field once. So they're going to put about 200 pounds of fertilizer on. You want to do it earlier, probably around the 15th of March, maybe at about the latest, because you want to give it a push. If you had no manure on it, then the 200 pounds of 4000 make good sense. Put it out there, give the wheat a push. Don't put it on late. Some guys say, well, I'm going to wait for the first couple days of April because I'm not going to cut till the 25th of April anyway, so gives it 3 weeks. You just simply won't get the true value out of your fertilizer that you're putting down. So winter wheat and Italian ryegrass is always wanted earlier. First cut orchard grasses and other permanent stand grasses, you can put that on probably the very end of March. First couple days of April is fine. But the winter wheat you always want to fertilize earlier because it's growing a lot more. You can take a look at this versus an orchard grass field as well, and you can see the difference that this is really starting to grow. So we got to make sure we feed it. So again, make sure you put the fertilizer on early on the winter wheat. Take a look at it. If it's too wet to put manure on, either drag line it or come back with the fertilizer and no manure at all. So take a look at your winter wheat fields. Let's see how the weather goes.